Hello, it's Erika, the Design Diva. My purpose is to make you pop on paper and shine online. Welcome to this WordPress training mini session. And this is just a really quick how you can install WordPress. I am showing you using GoDaddy, which also will work on Design Diva Studios if you've purchased your hosting and domain name through Design Diva Studios or GoDaddy. I'm going to tell you the steps that you can use for any service provider that you've purchased your domain and hosting from. So the steps will be the same, even though things will be laid out a little bit differently in each different website. Whereas if you don't have GoDaddy or Design Diva Studios, if you like, let's just say you have HostGator or you have Bluehost, the steps that I'm going to share with you will be the same. You just have to find exactly where the items are that I mentioned. So before you can install, I just mention you have your domain name and hosting where you have gotten them from. You want to make sure that you go ahead and secure your domain name, which is your URL or your web address, and your hosting, which houses all your files. So you want to, after you purchase those, you want to make sure that you connect that domain name with that hosting. Okay, we'll make sure those two are connected. And if you have a question about that and need some help with that, just reach out to me, and I'll have my contact information at the end of this. So if you don't have hosting already, this is one way you can do it. I suggest that you get managed WordPress hosting. And the managed WordPress hosting, the reason that I suggest that is because it comes with your SSL certificate, which gives you a layer of security so you can protect yourself and the visitors to your website for one low price. You don't have to worry about adding it. Now, if you don't want to go ahead and grab the managed WordPress hosting, go ahead and just get the regular website hosting. Here are the links, but again, with this deal that GoDaddy has, you also get a free domain when you purchase those 12 months for $1 each. So you're paying just over $12. So like I say, less than $13, you can get your first year of hosting a domain. And these are my affiliate links. I have to tell you that. So if you do use my affiliate links, you're going to get this great deal, which it'll be regular price after that. But you get this great deal, and you will get to I may get a commission if you use my affiliate links. So the steps to install WordPress with any internet service provider is to actually log into your account. So I'm going to show you how to do it with GoDaddy in just a moment. I'm going to demonstrate it. But you're going to log into your ISP, which is your internet service provider. Once you log in, you're going to make sure you go and head into your products section and open up your hosting. Then you're going to find the application section or apps. We always say apps because we're all on our smartphones now. And then after that, when you get to the apps, you're going to find WordPress and you're going to install it. And yes, I make it sound easy because it is that easy. There are a lot of options when you log into your ISP account and when you start looking around in there. However, if you go directly to these spaces within your ISP account, you'll have no problem installing WordPress. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do that. And excuse me, again, we're going to be using GoDaddy. Okay. So I'm going to flip over to the GoDaddy screen there. Now I've already logged into my account. That's step number one. Okay. Once you log into your account, like I said, you're going to go ahead and find your product section, which with GoDaddy, you just click up here on your name after you logged in and click on my products link there. Okay. You could also go up here to the home section and go to hosting and WordPress just to go to links or manage my products. Okay. So scroll down here and you'll go to your manage WordPress. Okay. If that's the section, if you got the regular hosting, then you will go to your hosting section. And just to let you know, the clicks will be the same. I'm going to install it under my Design CGC, which is a regular web hosting, not managed WordPress. But if I was installing it there, I would just go and click here and click manage there. Okay, so you're going to click manage beside whichever web host that you've already connected, your domain to, and you'll just click manage there. And again, this works is if you purchase Design Diva Studios hosting as well. Okay, so once we get here, this is kind of your dashboard for your cPanel. Okay. All right, you'll see just things there. So there are, excuse me, a couple of ways that you can go about this. You can actually click on Install right here beside App Installer. Remember I said you have to find your application section. This is where your app installer is. And so you have Installatron, which is, you can click open here. It's going to open in a new tab. Or you can go to cPanel admin and it's going to open a new tab. Either way, what happens is if you click on cPanel, there's an extra step. You just have to go in and find the Installatron section. Okay. So we're going to skip that. We're going to just go straight to it. Click open. And here we are. It has opened in a new tab. Okay. So our cPanel Installatron. And now, next step is you find the WordPress application. So I'm scrolling down, and here's WordPress here. Okay. So all you do there is click on WordPress. And you will see, it gives you like an overview of what WordPress is, yada, yada. Okay, cool, no problem. So you click on install this application. And again, the layout may be different if you have a different internet service provider. However, it's going to be, the steps, like I said, are the same. So the location by default is going to be whatever domain name you have clicked into. All right. And then there's an optional directory here. This one is called blog. If this is your only installation, your only website, you're probably most likely going to just leave it as the domain name and without the optional directory. Okay. However, for me, if you're doing a blog or you're doing a second installation of WordPress on your web for this hosting, you do want to use that directory. I'm going to use the directory because I don't want to overwrite what I already have in place. Okay. All right, so, but you can use that, leave that blank. Now you'll go down and I would say go ahead and leave all these settings the same. You do not have to do those. Then you're going to go to the administrator username and password. Now you can leave these as default if you would like to. However, I suggest go ahead and change it to something that you will remember, okay? And you do want to remember both of these, your username and password. This is something you may want to write down or put somewhere secure, because when you get ready to log into your WordPress account, you will need this username and password. Okay. Now, excuse me. To do a strong password, you want to use a mix of uppercase and lowercase characters, as well as numbers like numeric characters, and at least a symbol in there. So you want to use a good mix of that. And I think it's at least 10 characters. So the strength is going to be strong. You want to have a good, strong password. Okay. And then I always change to the administrator email because by default, it just gives you this email that's kind of connected into WordPress. But so I always put my own email address there. Okay. Your website title will go here. Okay. And what this is good for is that you actually want to, when your site title will show up in like web searches and also a lot of times at the top of your website. So this is something people will see. So you want to make it your actual title. If you are creating your website only, not a subdirectory or a blog per se. Let's just say I was creating this for Design Diva Studios. My website title would be Design Diva Studios. And then my tagline would be revealing the splendor of your brand or whatever your tagline is, your slogan, whatever you want to be, or it could be making you pop on paper and shine online. Okay, so once you enter those, so you make sure you use the username, password, email, the website title, and website tagline. Okay. And I always like to leave these the same, especially this limit login attempts. What happens is it's going to give you a little bit extra security if someone is trying to get into your site who's unauthorized. Okay. All right. So after you do those, it's pretty easy. You're going to scroll on down and click install down here. So of course I see the little processing button. So you wait after you click, and what happens is now you're going to see my new WordPress installation. It's installing. I do have some other previous installations up there. You will not have it unless you've installed it before, of course. So what happens now is you get to see a preview of your website here. Okay. And then you can take a look at it. Now the way, there's two ways to log in. So if you're logged into your internet service provider and you come to this section where your WordPress installations are showing, you actually can click this link that will say whatever your website is.com / WP, the second one here, the website name you have created / WP-admin. All right, so you can just click that one, or you can actually type in whatever that address is. You can, when you're not logged into your internet service provider, you can actually just, let's see, I'm just going to copy the link and paste over here. And you can, again, you can type it in manually. Wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So it's your website address. And remember, I have a subdirectory there. So yours would just be yoursite.com / WP-admin. And then you click there. What happens is you get that login. Remember, I told you have to remember that username and password. This is where you enter that. Hope I remember my password. Okay, so at this point, you get to a WordPress Wizard where you actually can set up your WordPress quickly. This is just going to round it out for you. So you're going to start the wizard. Okay, and this is for any internet service provider. If you're doing a blog only or an online store only, select one of those options. If not, leave it on the first option. You can select an industry here, because what happens is it gives you some options based on what industry that you select. Okay, so I'm just going to select that. And your title here, if you didn't set your title when you installed WordPress, you can actually do the title here, or you can go ahead and make a change to it if you want to, your title and your tagline, and click continue. And if you want to add your contact and social media, you can do it here, or you can wait until do that later. Once you start to work with WordPress, this may or may not show up somewhere on your website. So for right now, we're just going to click continue. If you want to add it, you can click check that box there and enter the information, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to click continue. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to just click a default theme. And this is not, for the most part, you are going to change your theme. Unless you just absolutely fall in love with this placeholder theme that you choose. It does not really matter which one you choose, because they only give you very few options. And as you can see, they tell you, hey, don't worry, you can change this later. And actually, this is probably one of the first things you'll do once you begin to create your WordPress account. So I'm just going to pick one, and you're going to just click on it and say it says preview. It'll give you some options over here. Okay, and I'm just going to click that one. You're going to click whatever header image you want. There's color schemes here, depending on which one you selected. Again, this is just placeholder information. And it gives you a little step-by-step here. Okay. and you can look through different layouts. This is all placeholder information. So again, you do not have to be super duper worried about this. Okay, and I'm just going to show you that if I select a different theme, which you can select a different theme by clicking the X here, and it'll give you more options, or you can arrow through to a different theme and it'll give you a layout. Again, you're probably going to change this, so no big deal if you can just leave it on the default if you would like to. Okay. And as you can see, as I'm changing the color schemes, there are some little minor changes that are made. Okay. You can also go back and get a different header image if you want to. You can click load more images if you like. Okay. And these images that they're giving me are based on the industry that I selected when I was first initially setting up. Okay. So I kind of like this one. Yeah, that one's pretty cool right there. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good there. All right. So after that, you don't spend too much time on this. Go ahead and click select, and it's going to install your theme. It's going to take just a little bit. It should not take more than a minute, and it actually says 30 seconds, so about 30 seconds there. We're ready. It hasn't been 30 seconds yet. So after you get this installed, you're gonna be able to see a preview of your WordPress website. Again, make sure that you do remember your username and password that you created, because every time you log into WordPress, you will need that. If you don't remember your password, you can go in and click the forgot password link. And when you click that link, you're going to need your email address, so that the email address you use to register, that's how you'll be able to retrieve your password. That's why in the step where we actually installed WordPress, remember we entered our name and our email address. That's where that email is going to be directed to. Okay, and that did actually take longer than 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure. So now it's going to go into your editing your site. That's not what this mini lesson is about, so we're not going there. But you get a preview of your site here. So I'm going to hide those controls. And as you can see, now I have basically an up and running WordPress website here. So I'm going to just show you in a new browser what it looks like. Let's see. I'll come over here and I'm going to share, switch to Edge. Is that? Yeah, I have a lot of stuff open. I always have a lot of stuff open. There we go. Okay, so I've come over to Edge and I put my website address in, which is the URL that I created it under when we installed WordPress. And you can see now, this is what my website looks like. So from here, you go ahead and you start to edit your website and make it your own, customize it the way that you like it. So just remember, it's really easy. Just go to your internet service provider. You are going to after you got in your domain name and hosting, you're going to find your application section. You're going to find WordPress, and then you're going to click install. After you do that, your website is ready to be edited by you. Okay. And I hope this helped you. If you have any other questions about how to install using GoDaddy, using Design Diva Studios, or another internet service provider, just reach out to me. And please connect with me. You can follow me. I am on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and it's Design Diva Studios. You can search and find me. And again, I hope this helped you. Remember that my name is Erika the Design Diva. My purpose is to make you pop on paper and shine online. And I love what I do. I love offering the services that I do. And remember, you don't have to wait for it to happen. Sometimes you got to go and make it happen. Have a great day, and let me know if this helped you.